how do you, as somewhat of an authority figure, explain it to these people who are slightly lost? And when I say lost, I don't mean necessarily the people who are just visiting for a weekend,
Yeah.
but people who choose to stay in Rishikesh.
Also, yeah.
Again, I'm just talking based on what I have seen visually.
Sure.
They might get lost in the intoxication of being in Rishikesh, and in some cases actual intoxication of like marijuana or something like that.
Yeah.
How do you pick them out of that place and explain the right path? And I'm sure you've seen cases like this as well. But maybe someone was actually escaping from that difficult life back in Argentina,
Yeah.
back in Germany.
Yeah.
And they're looking at India as more of a, oh, I'm in heaven now. I'm completely spiritual. But they may not necessarily be following spiritual practices.
Yeah. The bee comes to the honey doesn't go to the bee. Yeah. So it's like the nectar. The bee comes to pick up the nectar and the honey is made. So it's like that, the seeking when it's strong. It's the spirit. It's actually not you and me working. It's the spirit working. So when the time is right, they come and they get distracted again. Then they may come again, then they get distracted again. It could be many years. When the time is right, when the yoga is right, when it's destined, then they will listen to someone like me to the T, And the tools normally, counseling tools is love, first of all. There has to be unconditional acceptance of love, unconditional loving acceptance of the person, who he or she is, with whatever flaws, blunders he or she might have been. If there's a true seeking, then it becomes our fundamental duty and responsibility to embrace the person with a lot of acceptance. With that embrace, he is introduced to self-love. A person who is on a distracted, off-led path, off-track path, he himself is a self-hater. He hates himself, and what he requires is self-love. I have to teach him to appreciate himself by removing the things that are unwanted. And the best tool in our culture, in our Vedantic culture, the best tool is mantra japa. Meditation is not easy for everyone. They can't meditate. People can't meditate. Even if somebody is taking a plant medicine and transcending, that's not real transcendence, right? So the best tool is mantra. And the deity that he or she invokes, it all goes to Paramatma. We have millions of, thousands and crores of Devi Devtas. It all goes to Paramatma. When I fly in an aeroplane, I'm looking out of the window and I see as the landscape recedes, and then there's just peace and silence. There's no noise. Noise is there when you come down, and it's not there. So the mantra that we do, it all dissolves into Om, and it dissolves into the cosmic sound, and it penetrates into Paramatma. So it does not matter what mantra, actually speaking, for the sake of, going ahead on the path. So he or she definitely would be attracted to some Devi Devta on the path, on the journey. Shiva, Shakti, whatever, Devi, Ganesha, whatever. Whatever we understand at that moment, and because the divine intelligence is flowing, it's not me who's deciding what I want to give him. I would definitely give a mantra and tell him to start with at least one mala every day, and slowly, steadily, if he's meant to be with me, he'll be there with me. Otherwise, I become a stepladder. He may go somewhere else. Doesn't matter.
Do you give one mantra to everyone, or do you give them a mantra based on that person's subjective reality?
Well, we belong to a sampradaya. We belong to a tantric Ganapatya sampradaya. My Gurudev, we have a very unusual Ganesha in our hermitage with 10 hands and a Devi sitting in his lap. So 2 sadhanas are there with our sampradaya, the one of Ganesha and the other of Devi, Shakti. So I give either a Ganesh mantra or a Shakti mantra, any of the Shaktis. I'm very close to Mahavidyas. I give any of the Mahavidyas mantra or Kali mantra or the Lakshmi mantra, all the Devis. Yeah.
I'm currently in a phase of life where I'm doing Om Bhairavaya Namah Jap, and I've been doing it for almost a year now. Helped me a lot. And I'm doing it slower as time passes and more focused, more intense.
Yes.
And it sends me into some places. Along with that, I am doing a Kal Bhairav Stotra, and I'm doing another sadhana as well, which
Beautiful.
is private. Would you still give me a mantra?
No, I wouldn't. Your faith need not be erased. and given another color. It need not be. It's going to same Paramatma. Like I told you, whether it is Bhairav or Shiva or Shakti, or it's going to the same Paramatma. So when we are on a journey uphill, if I have reached the middle of the mountain and someone calls me and says, oh, it's greener, better here, come down here. Should I get down and go and start climbing another mountain? It's all going to go to the same zenith and same apex. You better take what you're taking, what you're doing, and do it with 100% faith and dissolve yourself completely in that. Paramatma embraces you through that form.
To a large degree, I've been feeling like my love for my elder brother Kal Bhairav is acting like a guru in my life.
Yes, it does. It does. It does. We were speaking about Marut Pavans a while ago, and see, there's only Shiva and there's Shakti. There's only consciousness, which is Paramatma, and his energy, what we call Shakti, which is moving consciousness. Energy is moving consciousness. So this moving consciousness is the magic that can manifest anything. It can manifest anything. Whatever you believe in, really believe in, it becomes a reality. It has the capability of becoming a reality. Like you put a magnet under a sheet and you put some dust and it will weave a beautiful pattern. In the same way, your cells dance to the faith that you have. Because there's living God in every cell. Every cell in the body is like an independent universe. It has a soul, it has a gross body, it has a subtle body, and it has a causal body, which is your destiny. Every cell is storing your destiny and has emotion, has a heart, has a feeling, and has intelligence and knows a lot. So when every cell is like a universe and there is God in there, whichever faith you dissolve yourself in, the cells dance to that faith and take you into Brahman for sure.
Hey, if you enjoyed this clip from the Ranveer Show, we've uploaded a ton of other clips related to a ton of other topics. So explore the channel because there's something for everyone.